Hey everyone, today we're going to take a quick look at the new Kublai Khan leader in the Civilization 6 New Frontier Pass. So we'll just watch the first look video that came out recently and I'll give my thoughts.
Kublai Khan leads China, and Kublai Khan leads Mongolia in Sid Meier's Civilization 6. As the grandson of Genghis, Kublai Khan was born to conquer. His empire ultimately stretched from the Korean peninsula to the edges of modern-day Baghdad.
Interesting. So Kublai Khan can lead either Mongolia or China. So we're going to take a look here in this video comparing him to the alternative leaders, Qin Shi Huang for China and then Genghis Khan for Mongolia. So we'll compare their abilities and see who's better for what.
Kublai Khan's unique ability is called Gerege, and provides an extra economic policy slot to any government.
Okay, so an extra economic policy slot to any government. That's nice. I think that's probably the better of his two abilities, if I was gonna say so at this point. It'll allow you a lot more flexibility. It's always nice to have the extra slots. At the beginning, of course, you can do both the Pantheon focus and the production focus with God, King, and urban planning. But then even later in the game, policy slots are often lacking later on. There's several you have a lot of great policies. You have to kind of choose between them. So this will give you more flexibility with that. I think that's a pretty solid boost.
Also grants a random Eureka and inspiration when establishing a trading post in another Civ city for the first time.
Okay, so a free Eureka and inspiration when establishing a trading post in a foreign city for the first time. So I guess if you play on a standard size map, that could potentially be 7 Eurekas and 7 inspirations. The thing is, those outer civs are usually so far away that it takes a long time to get trade routes to them. The alternative leader gives the wonder building ability, so he can use builder charges to create wonders. Honestly, I think that's a superior ability. That's really what China is known for in Civ 6. So taking that away in favor of an economic policy slot and some Eurekas and inspirations, I just don't think it's worth it. Maybe I'm missing something, but let me know what you all think as well.
As the leader of China, Kublai Khan's ability to provide additional Eurekas and inspirations superpowers innovation by complementing China's unique ability, which allows Eurekas and inspirations to provide more of the research cost towards technologies and civics.
It does synergize nicely there with China's unique ability, which provides an extra 10% of both civic and tech costs. So you get the 50% for Eurekas and inspirations rather than the normal 40%. So that's nice. I mean, that is a pretty good synergy, but going up against Qin Shi Huang and the wonder building, I just don't see this competing with that, but we'll see.
However, keep in mind that Gerege only activates when the trade route finishes.
So yeah, if you're playing as China here with Kublai Khan, as I mentioned, you only get that trading post and you only get those Eurekas and inspirations after the trade route is done.
To keep your science and culture economy consistently booming, pair Kublai's ability with some strategic alliances, good Great Wall placement for extra culture, and the Trade Confederation policy to buff the science and culture generated by trade routes. As the leader of Mongolia, Kublai Khan capitalizes on Mongolia's ability to create trading posts whenever trade routes are established.
I like Kublai Khan a little better maybe with Mongolia, and because you can get these inspirations and Eurekas much earlier, you have more control about when you trigger them. Another interesting possibility when playing Kublai Khan with Mongolia, you can send a trade route, immediately get the trading post, get those inspirations and Eurekas, and then you can declare war. Your trade route will come right back to you immediately, and then you have it again. So early on, you may only have one trade route, but maybe with Mongolia, you could trigger a bunch of these inspirations and Eurekas in succession. So you would get that trade route back, send it somewhere else, immediately get a trading post and the inspirations and Eurekas, and then maybe declare on them fairly quickly as well, maybe with the second army, and then get it back again and maybe send it somewhere else. And you could get quite a few inspirations and Eureka's early on. So that would be an interesting thing to do. I think it might be a little hard to implement. It may sound good, but I think it might be kind of tough to actually exploit that completely. But that is an interesting possibility with Mongolia. Even if you could implement that 3 times, maybe it's just 3 Eurekas and 3 inspirations, which is sort of like maybe 1 or 2 great scientists. So I don't think it's extremely powerful, but it would be interesting. Now, comparing to Genghis Khan, I still don't think it quite matches up, because Genghis Khan gives you +3 combat for cavalry, and then you can have a chance of capturing enemy units and making them your own.
Gorege provides Eurekas and inspirations as soon as a trade route is created. Mongolia's trading posts also provide additional diplomatic visibility and combat strength in other civilization cities.
That's Mongolia's basic ability there, is extra combat strength and diplomatic visibility, which you can use with both leaders. I guess trading posts are especially powerful here when you're playing with Kublai Khan.
Use Kublai Khan's trade routes to fund a vast army, then unleash that golden horde on your trading partners to take full advantage of the combat strength buff granted by your ruthless diplomacy. Whether you choose to lead China or Mongolia, use Kublai Khan's extra economic policy slot for policies like caravansaries, triangular trade, and trade confederation to keep your trade routes as profitable as possible. Also, make sure to send a trade route to every civilization on the map to maximize those Eurekas and inspirations, which only activate once for each civ. Will you follow the twisting trails of trade towards innovation or expansion? How will you use Kublai Khan in Sid Meier's Civilization 6?
With Mongolia, I feel like they're sort of trying to implement more of a peaceful expansion aspect here with Kublai Khan. So I definitely think for that he's superior to Genghis Khan, but I wouldn't really ever choose to play Mongolia for peaceful expansion. I prefer Genghis Khan for Mongolia, unless I'm missing something here. For China, I feel like Kublai Khan's peaceful expansion is inferior to the alternative leaders. So I honestly don't think he's very powerful, but maybe I'm underestimating him. Let me know what you all think, and looking forward to playing this one. This one should be interesting. Hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.